Welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory 1.0, and in this episode we are tearing into Tier 3 milestones. We've been plugging along since the release of 1.0. Tier 2 is complete, Tier 1 is complete, Tier 0 done. Now it's Tier 3. Tier 3 is going to get us coal power, vehicular transportation, basic steel production, and enhanced asset security. So the other thing we're going to take care of too in this episode is we've got a little bit more research to take care of in our MAM Research Center. So sit back, relax, and let's jump into it. Before I dove into getting started with these Tier 3 milestones, I ended up upgrading everything to Mark II conveyor systems to get 100% out of the nodes that we are currently actively working with. So in the bottom level here, we've got our 2 iron nodes that we're working with. We're smelting them at 120 items per minute. So that's cruising along fine, and then of course I'm taking advantage of our elevators to make the most out of how much space we've got here. So we go to the second floor, and here we've got constructors laid out. This is our iron plate manufacturing, this is our iron rod manufacturing here, and then the next line over is iron rods plus screws that we're manufacturing. And then if we head up to the next level, right up by our space elevator, here's where our assemblers are set up. So we're making our reinforced iron plate here, of which I have doubled up that recipe to be able to work at getting 10 reinforced iron plate. And then from there, we are making our smart plating, which is taking reinforced iron plate plus rotors. And then our rotor manufacturing is right here, where we're taking rods and screws to make the rotors, and the rotors feed into the smart plating. So smart plating is being manufactured, and of course it's just being sitting in a storage container for now. Eventually we got to get it over to the space elevator for transport. We've also upgraded our concrete production. So the one node there that was capable of doing 120 items per minute, we did upgrade that conveyor belt, and we're able to split it with the 60 load that's there so that we could get 2 lines of 90 that are then load balanced into 45 items per minute over 4 constructors to make us 60 concrete per minute. And then at the far side over there, we have our one copper node that we're using. We're splitting that to be able to make copper wire and copper cabling. I tore down the biomass power generation that was under there, and we have stepped it up back here behind our hub. So basically we've doubled up on our manufacturing here. So I throw wood into this storage container. It then splits off into 4 different constructors. These 4 constructors end up making our biomass. The biomass then gets fed into making our solid biofuel. And the solid biofuel ends up getting pushed through into all of these. If I can get up here. Come on, jump. Jump. There we go. All of these biomass burners that are all being auto-fed through here. As well as, to top it all off with, we have our leaves getting converted over here as well too. So our leaves get dumped into this one. Leaves flow in at 120 items per minute and then get knocked down to 60 items per minute for biomass. That 60 items per minute ends up flowing into here, which is half rate, which is 30 solid biofuel per minute. We are now making like 720. Yep, 720 megawatts of power off of biomass burning. we are totally set for everything that we need to do moving forward and eventually heading into our coal production. So first things first, let's take care of some of the MAM research that I got to do. So of course, while you're out hunting around getting biomass, cutting down trees and bushes to get leaves and wood, you end up coming across a bunch of different items for our MAM research. So alien fauna, I don't think I got anything in this to be able to continue. I don't see any of that in my inventory. Alien tech, I don't think there was anything further we found in the alien tech end of things. Caterium, though, we did find some caterium out there, so we are going to research that here real quick and let Ada fill us in.
The metal has been named caterium after Fixit's greatest CEO, Katerina Parks. It has been added as a viable alternative to gold in industrial applications, specifically in advanced electronics due to its superconductivity, malleability, and corrosion resistance.
Okay, so caterium, actually, you know what? I can do the next level of caterium research as well, too.
Research completed. Caterium ingot recipe unlocked. New caterium research available.
Okay, so what else can we do here? Once we start making some caterium, we can get our zip line. Caterium electronics, we can't unlock until we get 100 quick wire done. And then we can also look at researching the stunning rebar. Mycelium, we can research our fabric now. I think we've got everything we need for that. So, hello. I find the interface is not quite as easy to use in this as what it used to be. So, caterium research is done for fabric.
Research completed. Fabric recipe unlocked. New mycelia research available.
Nutrients. We did find the nuts. Start the research. We have all three of the foods now taken care of which that did get us a achievement for finding all three foods.
The barrel nut, after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Further research is available through nutritional processing. We need modular frames and steel pipe for that. We're a little ways away from unlocking steel yet. I think that's happening in this tier. Power slugs. We did end up getting... Oh, but I don't have the rotors on me. Let me grab some rotors here real quick. I know I've got a stockpile of those up here. Power slug. Start research. So that's the yellow slug.
Research completed. Yellow power slugs are further into their life cycle than blue power slugs, and thus have more potential energy stored. They can now be processed into power shards.
Okay, so now we need to find a purple slug, as well as we need modular frames and then copper sheeting to be able to make that into a power shard. Next over here is overclocking. We make a power shard, and then we'll be able to start overclocking. Quartz. I did find some quartz on my tours around. We're going to start that research.
The crystalline mineral was a previously unknown variation of quartz, with uniquely large and flawless crystals, normally only found in synthetic quartz. The industrial application of this mineral will follow that of its synthetic counterpart, specifically in communication and exploration technologies.
Okay, so now I didn't find very much quartz. It was just like a single little nodule out there that I pulled that from. So we still need to find more for being able to do quartz crystal research as well as silica research. And then once we get the silica done, then we can get our blade runners. And that's going to make our movement so much easier to get around, as well as our jumping a lot easier to get around. And then we also get into inventory slots. +6 inventory slots will be very useful. And then with quartz crystal, once we get that done, then we can look at doing the shatter rebar as well too. Sulfur, I did find a little bit of sulfur, and we're going to start that research. And then this will get us into like gunpowder and explosives and all that kind of stuff. So next, I need a bunch more sulfur and some coal.
This unknown chemical
for black powder.
Was in reality an unusual mixture of solid sulfide and sulfate materials from which sulfur can be extracted. Sulfur's primary use lies in fertilizers, which we have no use for. Instead, this element enables access to more volatile obstacle clearing and pioneer defending tools.
All right, we are back, and hopefully I have gathered everything that we need for coal power generation. To select this milestone, we're throwing in our heavy or reinforced iron plate. We're throwing in rotors. We're throwing in... I did not grab enough freaking copper cabling. Are you kidding me? To have to spend all this time running back and forth. I'll be glad when we get those little ender chest things all done. And I can have this stuff all feeding into them to be able to get those quantum teleporting box things built with the Mercer sphere. That way it saves me having to run back and forth and back and forth. Okay, let's try this again. There we go. Coal power is done, and there goes the pod.
Milestone
heading
reached. Power production can now be fully automated by burning coal, which has been added to the resource scanner. Water is also necessary to run the coal-powered generator and will require a network of pipelines to be transported from a water source. To assist with locating and identifying water, Fixit has compiled this guide. Water is a somewhat reflective liquid and it may have thick vegetation growing nearby. To test if something is water, try touching it. If it is not solid and does not corrode your suit, it is probably water.
Just try touching it, they said. That's fantastic. Okay, now, before I go and head off and do a little bit of a walkabout for finding coal, I'm going to move this smart plating and start feeding it into our space elevator. Because we need to get 1,000 of those in there. So we might as well get it starting to feed in. All right, I got a conveyor line here that's fired up. It's just connected to the storage container that's holding our smart plating. That's going to start feeding up into our space elevator. Now it's time to go on a walkabout and find us some coal. I'm not entirely sure how close we are to any coal around here. So let's do a quick scan and see what pings on the map here. 700 meters that way for coal. I guess we're going on a walkabout. Okay, so we got a spitter here. And we got him. Okay, so there is something that's going to add to
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
Continue trying to dig up and find any more various critters along the way and kill them for our research that we need. Okay, we're going to need to find a path here as well, too, that'll get us to that coal. I'm also going to grab slugs along the way, too, because power shards are important. We still got 780-something meters. Let's have a look at this again. Ping. I thought we had already run... Oh, 238 meters. I went the wrong direction. Okay, let's take this out of here. Get back here, you. Oh, there's two of them. And I just ran into one or two of those spitters. Let me see if we can... Oh, yeah, there he is there. Hi, vey. Oh, son of a bitch. I didn't even see that guy coming there. I was like, oh, hey, look, there's a crash site. And all of a sudden, he's like right in front of me. Oh, my goodness, that just... I really crapped my pants. Whew. Anyhow, there's a crash site here. Let's run some power over to here. And see if power's all we actually need to get into this thing. We should watch. There's probably more bad guys too. And there's always some nice little goodies that you can pick up along the way. There's a stator there. See if there's any other little bits and bobs. Lots of wreckage. I kind of expected to find a little bit more than that. Oh, we got some copper sheeting, another stator, another rotor. Excellent. Okay, what do we need on this to be able to pull handle to open door? I seriously didn't need anything? Well, there's our first hard drive.
Damaged hard drive successfully acquired. All pioneers are contractually obliged to preserve and secure any recovered hard drives for analysis in the MAM, which may result in benefits to the Fix-It mission. Speculation as to why there are crashed freighters in your Fix-It designated zone is discouraged as specified in your contract.
In other words, don't ask questions of why there's broken stuff on the ground. That's what I got out of that. Wow, this water is amazing. I actually look like I'm going to get wet on the screen. Hey, look! Coal! Oh, and it's a pure node at that. Oh, my goodness. And we got a spitter. A pure node of coal. And look, we've got water here and everything that we can work with to be able to get some coal generation happening, some power generation. This is it enough water? I'm hoping it's enough water. Let's get this locked down with some foundations here. I find if you put down some foundations, the mobs will slowly stop respawning here. And then I'm going to throw down a Mark 1 miner on this. I can't because... Oh, wait. All I need to do is build a crafting bench and make myself a portable miner. Oh no, it's a tool bench I need. Goodbye to that. And hello, equipment workshop. And one portable miner. Not 143 of them, just one. And production, Mark 1 miner. Done. Look at that. We're going to be building some coal power here anytime now. But that's just one node. I want to say there's more here. Let me just do another quick scan and have a look. 15 meters, so 59 meters, 51 meters, 163 meters. So up in that area, there should be some more coal as well too. In my last mega factory, ultimate factory that I was building in version 8, I gathered all of the coal in the game and turned it into coal power generation. Was able to make about 110 gigawatts of power. Oh yeah, here we are. There's a node right here. Making about 110 gigawatts of power out of all the coal that was in game, which was amazing. However, when I made all of the iron in game, it didn't take long for that power to disappear. All right, where are you? Please don't kill me, sir. All right, where's your bits? Okay, so I threw one coal generator down just because I couldn't remember the values of what all it's taking. So looking at it, it uses 15 coal per minute. And it looks like it's going to consume 45 cubic meters of water per minute. I'm thinking I might want to dabble in some... I might want to finish our overclocking research so that this balances out properly, because, I mean, we're getting 120 coal per minute off of this. 120 divided by 15. Oh, that balances out to 8. So I could put 8 generators down equally, and then how much water is that going to be? 8 times 45 is 360 divided by 120. Divided by 120, that is 3 water extractors per your node of coal. Am I going to get enough water out of this? That's the question. A spitter down here. What are you doing here? Get away! Get away! Why are you in the water and why are you here? Well, it took some finagling, but I managed to get the 3 pure nodes that I had here for coal into making power, and I had just enough room to be able to fit the 9 water extractors in here, the water pumps in, to be able to provide the each one of these needed like 360 cubic meters of water to be able to run the 8 coal generators that are there. So I did manage to get that all fit in. So we've got 3 full lines of pure 120 items per minute coal being made into power generation now. And then the 1 normal node that's down here, that's 60 items per minute, I'm actually feeding that coal all the way back to our factory because we'll be able to use that for steel later on. So, okay, while I'm waiting for a few things to manufacture, we got rid of our biofuel production. That was all in this area here. It is all gone. One glitch, though, that I discovered while I was tearing all this apart was that stuff was falling through. Like if I had filled my inventory and it would leave a dismantle crate, it would fall through the foundation. That's why I've got like chunks of this foundation removed, because I had to go and get my crates after there's probably a dozen of them that had fallen through the foundations, which I'm hoping they fix in some patches coming up in the future. But that 1 hard drive that we did find earlier, I am actively running that through research right now. I'm getting it decoded so we can find out what's on there to see what recipes we get for some alternate recipes. Still got about 5 minutes to go. The other thing that I added to is up here now. We do have some modular frame manufacturing happening. If we scooch on over this way, I threw another assembler down here, ran some of our iron rods and our reinforced iron plate in. It's making our modular frames and they're just going into here. It's slow. I'm only got 1 machine running. It is running at 100% efficiency, but it's still it's slow. Like, you can handcraft these faster than one manufacturer can make them. So I think I have enough now, though, that I can get vehicular transportation done in our next milestone. So we're going to head over to the milestones. Under Tier 3 Vehicular Transportation, we're throwing in 25 modular frames, 100 rotors, 200 copper cabling, and 400 plate. Launch away. That's our next milestone completed. Let's hear what Ada's going to say.
Milestone reached. Tractors permit pioneers to move around the world in a manner similar to using legs, except with wheels and the rampant consumption of natural resources. They can also be automated to self-drive and deliver resources between truck stations, which in turn facilitate automation of loading, unloading, and refueling.
There we go. Next is Basic Steel Production, where I'm going to need 50 modular frames, 150 rotors, a bunch of concrete, and wire, of which I've got everything but the modular frames. So we're kind of time-gated on the modular frames. Oh, but what we can do, though, is we can get our new Zeno Basher. That is just reinforced iron plate, rods, and some wire. So I'm going to get that, and then we'll get this milestone completed, and then we'll be almost done Tier 3. Alrighty, let's dive into Enhanced Asset Security. We're going to select this milestone. We're throwing in our reinforced iron plate. We're throwing in 600 iron rods and 1,500 copper wire. Launch away. That is now done, and now we get to use the new Zeno Basher.
Milestone reached. The Zeno Basher is a direct upgrade from the Zeno Zapper. In the words of the engineer that first developed this tool, quote, "The Zapper kind of electrocutes things, the Basher straight up smacks stuff, while also electrocuting them," unquote. It is beneficial during encounters with aggressive fauna, and has been tested thoroughly. The engineer's noble sacrifice for Zeno research will not be forgotten, whoever they were.
Uncrafted Zeno Basher. Basically our lightsaber. But they couldn't call it a lightsaber, because that would be infringement. Now I'm going to need to go find some bad guys that I can destroy with this. Okay, here we go. We got a couple of hoglings here. Oh, he's dead. He's dead. Oh, he's not dead. I thought he was dead. I think he was just stuck in the hillside there. But yeah, we've got our basher now, so we can kill things a little bit easier. Okay, let's have a look here. Basic steel production. We need 50 heavy modular frames. We need 150 of the rotors, 500 concrete, and 1,000 cable. So what do I got to get? I still need a bunch more of the modular frames. I don't have enough rotors on me. The only thing I've got enough on me on is the concrete. Everything else I got to go gather up. Okay, we have gathered our stuff. Let's have a look here. We've got our 50 modular frames, our 150 rotors, and our 1,000 wire. Launch away. Tier 3 is now complete.
Milestone reached. Coal and iron can be combined in the foundry to start steel production. Project part number 2, the versatile framework, can only be created via automation, not at a crafting bench. Delivering these to the space elevator is essential if we are going to complete phase 2 of project assembly and save the day. Fix It and humanity is relying on you.
Fix It and humanity is relying on me. Oh, really? Alrighty, well, we have now completed Tier 3. Let's just do a quick recap of everything that we accomplished on the space elevator. We are finished now with the smart plating. I have that done. I've removed the conveyor from, it's no longer feeding in there. We still have to do versatile framework and automated wire. What else have we done? We got a little bit more manufacturing and everything all done. We've doubled up the size of our production lines with the Mark II conveyors, which afforded us better production all the way around for everything that we're making. However, we're starting to suffer now a bit more because we need to be able to be building some of the like modular frames and rotors and reinforced steel plate faster than we're doing it right now, which means we got to step up the rest of this production, which means Mark III conveyors we're going to need fairly soon. We now have self-sustained coal off into the distance there, looking after our power, and from our coal production, we are getting 1.8 gigawatts of power that we're producing from our coal production. That's 3 full plants of, so it's 360 coal per minute that we are burning to give us the 1.8 gigawatts worth of power. So we're good on the power end of things right now. Of course, that's going to end up expanding as we move forward. Next episode, Tier 4, we're going to be working on. We get the Blueprint Designer. We get Mark III Logistics, which, unless we can get better mining, kind of isn't going to be very useful for us right away. Oh, and there's our Mark II miner right there. So yeah, then we also have to get advanced steel production done so that we can get our Mark II miner, so that we can take advantage of the Mark III conveyor belt. We also get some power expansions where we get some battery storage as well as the power towers and hyper tubes. It might take us a while to be able to get all that done, but with that all said, guys and gals, YouTubers, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Reach down and hit the like button on this video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think of Satisfactory 1.0 so far. And subscribe if you are new to the channel. And don't forget to reach down and click that notification bell so that you can be notified when I've uploaded a new video. With that said, you guys have yourself a good one. Bye for now.